Welcome to my humble little office. My name is R. Keith Andrews. I am a spiritual guide and paranormal adept. Today we're going to work on part 4, or more to the point, step 4 of business revitalization or restarting. As we've said before, because of the situation with the COVID-19 virus, this is a fantastic time to reorganize the way you're running your business, the way you're running your household. It's a great time to look at things. Now, you cannot change the past, but you can gear things so the future runs better for you. So today what we're looking at is something called feng shui. Now, many of you have probably read about it or talked to somebody about it. It boils down to energy traffic, okay, controlling where the energy is going. Now, the catch is this: you cannot stop the energy from moving any more than you can stop water from moving or the light from coming from the sun. You're just going to have to deal with it. But what you can do is you can control where it goes. Yes, you can slow the energy down. You can redirect it, but it will keep moving. So we're going to look at the overall. The biggest thing here is this: most of the writing out there is based on Oriental, as in Japanese or Chinese feng shui. Now, it's great writing. The principles are absolutely spot on. The only catch with the writing is that it's all designed around the compass points, okay, or the majority of it is. Now, I have not studied a lot of the way they put it in the books, but I have looked at the way energy flows. And the principle of controlling the energy is absolutely on the money. The catch, if you're in a Western or, if you will, non-Oriental situation, the Oriental situation is this: the whole society is built that way. Western society is not the same, but the energy still does the same thing. So don't worry if if the door doesn't open to the north, or if you don't have a window facing the east. It doesn't make that much difference. What does make a difference is how you deal with things. So let's start with the energy coming into the house. Now, mirrors are a critical factor. Okay, energy coming into the house. If you open the door and the first thing you see is a mirror, what happens is the energy comes in, hits the mirror, and goes straight back out. Okay, so it's not a good thing. So if you can avoid putting a mirror in front of the main door that you're coming in, or for that matter, a major reflective surface. Okay, now there is a way around this, because you'll notice that behind me I've got vines hanging. Now, vines are plants. Now, the thing with plants is this: they bring life into an area, whether it's plastic, pictures, photographs, physical plants, or what have you. They all work because it's the image that brings in the feel of it. The one difference between live plants and plastic plants, and it's a pretty obvious one: live plants will clean the air. Okay, so I mean, this is one thing you look at. For me, I can kill live plants in a heartbeat. So I find plastic ones are a lot easier. Besides that, they're low maintenance. Let's face it, you hang them there, you dust them every now and then. They're good. But when we tie those together with mirrors, okay, if you have a mirror that is right there at the front of your business, the front of your house, the front of your office, doesn't matter. Get the adhesive vines or holly or whatever it is to put around the edges. I mean, you can have little flowers just stick in the corners, or you put around the edge of the mirror. This counteracts the problem of the energy bouncing out. It's almost like a spider web or like a dream catcher. And we'll get to dream catchers in a little bit. Okay, the nice little part about the plants and the mirrors combined is they control the flow of energy. They don't stop it, but they do guide it. Now, this said, because we know with business, people say the bottom line is the dollar. No, the bottom line is the people in the plant. The way to get there and the side effect is the dollar. That's the thing to keep straight. But with that in mind, we'll start looking at the financial side of it. Now, in step one, I mentioned this idea, and you can check my videos before, right? In step one, I mentioned to take a sheet of paper, write on it, I have legally attained X number of dollars by midnight, April 30th, 2020. Well, actually, by 1 minute to midnight. Go back and look at the first video that covers step one. Okay, it goes into a lot more detail with it. The point being, by doing that, it pulls the energy out of the etheric plane into the physical realm where it can be made manifest. So you pick a spot in your office or in your house where you do your finances. Now, most people have a minor office of some form. So take a spot and put your money there. Put the sign there that states this is what I'm aiming at. Okay. A couple of things for those of you of the more metaphysical bend. If you look at malachite or citrine, either one are known to draw energy, are known to draw financial energy or financial abundance and prosperity. Put them in your cash box or put them in your till. They don't take up a lot of room. We're not talking about taking a rock this size and sticking it in your till. Although if you got enough money coming in that you've got a till that size, more power to you. Okay, but get a spot where your financial work is done. A secondary spot that's very important is family. Regardless of whether you get along with your bloodline family or not. Family is not always bloodline. More often than not, family is who you choose as family, who you like spending time around. Okay, this is quite often the case. In my case, in my hallway, I've got a spot where I put family pictures. Again, it simply says, there's where my family is. Now, because I work in the field I do, I also have, down my whole hallway, I've got all these little figureheads. Okay, many of you from back a ways will recognize the term boson heads. Okay, now I've got those all through my hallway. Now I have a home-based business. The purpose of the heads for me is it indicates that I deal with people from every walk of life. I really don't have a priority on which one. Okay, the greater majority of people on this planet happen to be human. It doesn't matter what color they are. But when you pick a spot where you put your pictures for your family, if you've got family albums, if you've got things that remind you very like family keepsakes, pick a spot that's where you're building it. I mean, I've seen some people build it kind of like a shrine. That might be a little overstated, but that's not my opinion. That's just personal opinion. I don't know what the definition of a shrine for people is. I can tell you this. Most people already know. You're already working with basic feng shui. All your tools go to the shop or to the tool room. All your food goes into the pantry or into the larder, depending on what society you grow up with, will determine how that gets stated. Cleaning supplies tend to go in a vacuum cleaner closet. So you're already doing basic feng shui. This is just a way to enhance it. Okay, so taking this into consideration, by putting all of this together, plus the first three steps, you'll start seeing a shift in the way not only you're seeing business, but in the way that your business is running, because the people around you will start seeing a difference. Okay, and the reality is, you start treating things a little differently, you'll see a shift in the way it works. Now, when I go to part 5, I'm going to actually be looking at the way that energy alters pattern based on your behavior. Okay, and we're going to work through that. But right now, where it comes to your energy, even in the office, people already use basic feng shui. Okay, people tend to put all their pencils in the same place where they can find them, theoretically. I don't know about you guys, but in my office, it's more often than not a problem finding a pen, finding a pencil, or it used to be. I now have it organized where I can reach over. I've got all my felts, all my pencils, all my pens right handy. Yes, I'm working on a computer, but frankly, I still do a lot of my work on paper. Okay, these are just some of the simple tricks. Okay, and the more you work with it, like, I know you're looking at it going, well, if you're talking feng shui, how come your office is a shambles? You should have seen it before. Well, some of you have. But we are working through things. You know, as you well know, even with a house, it's a constant case of reorganizing, getting things to work. You know, people talk about change being really difficult or really frightening. Yeah, I know, I keep moving my hand all over the place, and you know, the reality is this is change. It doesn't hurt. You know, but it makes a lot less noise than my picking up keys. So take a look at what you're aiming at. And again, if you're not content with the way something is working, make a change to it. These are simple techniques. I keep all of these really short because I don't know about you, but I don't have a lot of time to work with either. You know, I got way too many things on the go. Okay, at least that's what I've been told. I find it works quite well. But start working with that, and hopefully you will start to modify the way things are going. You'll start to feel different about the way your business is running and the way it's being received. Remember, karmic law number 2: do unto others as you desire them to do unto you. When you're dealing with your customers, remember, if you're dealing with a store owner, you're going to want to be treated in a decent fashion. Keep this in mind. Okay, treating the customer in a decent fashion is kind of necessary. Although there are undoubtedly customers that are a royal pain in the neck. Okay, one of the things you have to keep in mind where it comes to feng shui, the same thing applies to you. Okay, if your energy is saying, I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to be problematic, your customers are going to reflect this back to you. Okay, very, very critical factor. So when we talk about the energy pattern, about feng shui, we are talking about organizing things so that they run smoothly. The less you have to cross over things to do them, the better off you are. Even if you're looking at your office desk, and come to think of it, I should probably lay that out properly. When you're looking at your office desk, decide which way you usually work. If you usually work from right to left, set your office up so that you can work from right to left. In my case, I work with either hand. Now, granted, my left hand doesn't work as well as it used to, so I'm still working on that one. But I set things up because I can operate on both ends. That, when you think about it, for me, I'm working on a laptop computer. However, I happen to have 3 other monitors attached, so I can track what I'm working on. But it boils down to understanding that energy does affect the way your business works. If you're not content with the way your business is running, make a change. Now, absolutely, if you've got a specific situation, okay, or whatever, you can absolutely drop me a line. You know, remember with the video to absolutely, like it. You know, please subscribe to it so that you can actually find out when the new ones are coming out. And then share it with your friends. Or for that matter, share it with your enemies. You may come up with a friend out of the deal. Okay, but if you've got questions, absolutely drop me a line. There's at the bottom of the video, you'll find a whole list of ways of getting a hold of me. So absolutely drop me a line. I do my best to get back to people as quick as I can. Okay. Drop me a line, ask me a question. We can set up a consultation. No problem with any of it. Okay, this said, we do try and keep these short. So, for the time being, we're going to let you go. So until we meet again, take care of yourselves and each other. And for pity's sakes, stay positive.